Hello, everybody. My name is Kyle Chambers, and I'm here today with Hollie Hamm, the president of PROMAC. Thank you so much for joining the show today, Hollie.
Thanks for having me. Happy to be here.
Absolutely. It's great how PROMAC has been able to keep going throughout the pandemic with in-person tournaments and to be able to bring the in-person experience into competition when a lot of people don't have that option to have the in-person experience. So that's great as well.
Yeah, we're excited to be able to provide that for everyone.
That's great. So in recent months, you were named the president of PROMAC. How much of an honor is this for you?
Oh, it's an incredible honor. I'm humbled that the Roos entrusted me to continue on with PROMAC and to take care of their baby, I guess you'd say. And I just want to make them proud. I want to continue to serve our competitors and their families, and just provide the best events that we possibly can. It's really not about me though. At the end of the day, we have an incredible team of people that make me look good, that make us all look good. And I mean, everyone from our promoters, from my vice president Joey Perry, our commissioner Greg Ruth, and then we have a full staff of amazing promoters, and then our judges, our scorekeepers, all of our volunteers. I mean, we are a family. We are one big family, and I'm just proud to be a member of it.
That's awesome that you're able to have that community to have all these great tournaments. So speaking about what we spoke earlier, how honored are you to be able to have in-person tournaments throughout the pandemic that people can go to and enjoy, and the resilience of being able to do in-person tournaments over the pandemic?
Yeah, I mean, it's been a crazy ride. With the shutdown, there was just so much uncertainty, and none of us knew what was going to happen. We're all missing the sport that we love, and our ability to bounce back from that shutdown is due to the bravery, and the perseverance, and the incredible resilience that not only our competitors have, but our promoters and the team, the whole team that I was just speaking of. We're honored to be able to provide a place, for competitors to come back to. It wasn't easy to figure out how to do that safely, because of course that was our number one concern. The virtual tournaments have been great, and helped everyone stay on track, and give everyone a place to kind of get their fix, and to stay motivated, and to keep training. But there's just that element though of a live event that you just can't capture in any other way. So we're like, there has to be a way. There has to be a way for us to get this done and be able to do it safely. So out of the gate, as soon as things started to open up again, and actually the first event that we held was Ozark Mountain Nationals. Richard Osborne, raised his hand and said, "Hey, I'm brave enough to do it." And so our team got together and figured out how are we going to do this? How can we keep it safe? I mean, there's so many regulations that we had to pay attention to. Every state, every venue was different, but we pulled it off. We were able to do it. We learned a lot from that first event, and then every subsequent event, we just found ways to do it better, and still stay safe. And we are grateful that I mean, clearly the competitors wanted to do it because they were coming out in record numbers, and it's incredible that our last few events have had record numbers above 2019, before this all started. And just proves that where there's a will, there's a way, you know?
That's awesome. What do you have to say about being able to host your tournament, the Destin Open, and being able to have a great show at that there too, and be able to have lots of people there as well? And maybe explain your biggest takeaway from that tournament that you hosted.
Yeah, that was awesome too. We had held a few before that, so we had learned a lot. And we, again, going into each one was a little different, just because we had to pay attention to different rules and different regulations that each state and venue had. And so here at the time, we still needed to wear masks. We still had to do some crowd control, and thin the numbers, and and to make sure that things were safe. And but we were able to do it. The number of competitors was well above what it was in 2019, which was incredible. But we didn't know what to expect. Each time we didn't know what to expect to go into it. But I was grateful that we were able to hold it. Everyone was able to come to the beach, and have a great time and kind of get their mind off of all the craziness, of the last, few months before that. And so I was just grateful to be able to do it and to see everyone and have everyone here. So that was awesome.
Definitely great you're able to host that event as well. So in a podcast I did with Mr. Eric Rudolph, he alluded to that one of the reasons PROMAC was created was to have clear rules for open sport karate, and maybe explain more about that, why PROMAC started. I think it's really cool how PROMAC has helped unify the sport through different regulations in that league that you guys have.
Right. Yeah. I mean, the professionalism is the word. That's what we're trying to do. We want to create something that is consistent. Rules, of course, are incredibly important. They're the foundation. So we want to create a series of events where people can know what to expect. They know that the rules are what they are. They're not going to change from one event to the next. They know what to expect. And that in general, to me, what the mission is to create events that match the level of quality of our competitors. Our competitors work so hard. They're incredible athletes, and they deserve top quality. And so I want to create the environment that they deserve. And to me and to our team, that is, first and foremost, safety. There needs to be mats on the floor. There needs to be, rules in place to protect their safety and their well-being. They need to have a rule that is consistent, that they know what they're getting when they walk in the door, and things don't change on the mat. And they also deserve quality judging. We're working hard to improve that as well, with judges certification and judges training. We want people in those chairs that want to be there, and care and love the competitors and respect what they're doing just as much as as anybody else. We're not plucking anyone from the stands just to fill a chair. They deserve better than that. And our competitors they deserve quality. That's what we want to do. We want to provide them with a family friendly, professional, positive environment. And the idea is to create that and hopefully make it very accessible as well, and have events that no matter where you live, there's one that you can drive to. So that's the plan for the future as well.
It's really, really awesome to be able to provide professionalism for competitors. So when they step on the mat, they know they know what they're getting into. Coaches, parents, and competitors can prepare for it. And B, they know they're getting fair judging. So you guys to provide that is really great for the competitors as well. So they have the consistency. So that they know what they're getting, and the parents know what they're paying for as a product, and competitors too. And then the competitors know what they have to improve on for each tournament, so they can have the consistency of, if they're at this level, what I need to do to get this level, and how the rankings work, and understanding how they work so that they can get to the highest level they can be as well.
Right. Yeah. We want to create an environment that fosters that growth. It's all about the journey. I know growing up in the tournament circuit, it wasn't always about what you won or, what title you got. It was very much about the journey. It was very much about, what you learned at every tournament, what, how you got better, how you were able to rise above, the perseverance, the training, and the friendships, the social aspect of it, and those things are just as important as anything else. And so again, we want to, continue to evolve and continue to improve our sport, and make it an environment where people can grow in that way, and it foster, that positive growth in our competitors.
Absolutely. So last weekend you had the PROMAC championships, and then the next day you had the Battle of Atlanta. Maybe explain how competitors qualify for the PROMAC championships, and maybe talk about your takeaways from the PROMAC championships and the Battle of Atlanta.
Right. Yeah. Well, that was super exciting. We had our very first ProMac championships. So what we have created now is, instead of it just being a points chase and the winner of the conference overall title at the end being just based on points, we now have a true championship that you have to qualify for. So you have to win at the end to, kind of like the Super Bowl. You can be doing well all year, but maybe, that's not your day, and you're not the Super Bowl winner, but so it's a true championship, and we got, so much positive feedback about it. It was so exciting. It was so much fun. We crowned the first championship winners, and so you'll see them with their jackets around. So that was super cool. So in order to qualify for it, you had to have competed in a division 3 times throughout the season. So you couldn't just jump in there. You had to have already done that division at 3 different events. And you also had to be a member, of course. So it's a qualification process. We're going to keep those same qualification parameters for 2022. So that's how our members will be able to qualify next year. So if they met those criteria, then they were able to compete. If they were number 1 or number 2 in the region points wise, they also got a seed. So there was some incentive there to reward your hard work throughout the season. But anybody who met that criteria, even if they weren't number 1 or number 2, could hop in as a wild card. So it provided, some really cool competition and some exciting stuff. But yeah, so we did that Thursday night, Thursday, and then Thursday night we had our awards ceremony, which awarded or rewarded all of our regional winners. And so we gave credit to all of those guys that have worked hard and did really well for their region. And also some special awards like Competitor of the Year and things like that. And then we rolled right into battle after that, literally on Friday and Saturday. And that event was incredible. It was so amazing to see so many people back. You just look around, you're like, we're back. Sport karate is back. The numbers, I mean, I'm fairly certain that there were more competitors there this year than there was in 2019, and just the excitement, how happy everybody was to be there, just everyone hugging, and and there were people that hadn't seen each other in 18 months, so it was just awesome. The vibe was just so happy, and everyone was just so grateful. You could just feel a sense of being grateful to be able to do it again, because it had just been so long. So we had battle last year. We had a version of it, again, the pioneers, the Roos were like, hey, we're going to do it, even if no one else is doing it, we're going to do it, but it wasn't the full, we weren't able to do the night show. We had to, there's a lot of crowd control regulation we had to do, but this time, it was full out Battle of Atlanta with the night shows. And it was a great, so literally this weekend was the kickoff to NASCA and the kickoff to our ProMac bonus season. And it was really done in a big way. And I couldn't be more proud, again, to be a part of it. Our team is just like no other. And I'm just proud.
It was really cool. Also, you guys had Pro Point involved in the tournament as well,
Yep.
in their night show. So maybe explain, Alex Reyes was involved with that. So maybe explain what that's all about and how they're able to showcase some amazing athletes as well.
Yeah, so Pro Point, has been doing amazing events, pay-per-view style set fights, and so yeah, they the Friday night fights was their show, and it was super exciting. You can go and watch it now, but yeah, if it was great. So we had some preliminary fights at the beginning with some young girls, and that was cool. I had fun centering those up and coming girls, and then the fights at the end were just awesome. So yeah, if you weren't there, you need to go and check it out. Same for the Saturday night show. It was incredible.
the Saturday Night Show was so interesting because you had a lot of up and comer adults and even up and comer juniors that really showed their skill at that tournament. I was so happy with how well some of the younger people did, both in the adults and in the juniors. Well, really everybody, but to see that elite level at a young age really shows everybody's commitment to the sport as well.
Oh, totally. I mean, it was clear all weekend long that so many competitors had been working so hard. Like they did not, just chill during quarantine. They had been working. I mean, there were so many competitors that I was like, wow, they have been doing some work and they have shown up today as they're different now. Like they are just, I mean, like Bailey Murphy, I don't know what happened over, but he is just, he was fast before, but his speed is just on a whole nother level now. And there were so many young competitors up and coming that just, I mean, it's like they're a different person, they're a different competitor. They just improved so much since the last time I have seen them. And it was just inspiring, because so many people would lose motivation, during the shutdown. And so many people did, but this weekend was testament that so many people did not, and they used that time to level up and to up their game, and they came back with a vengeance, and it was awesome to see.
I don't really understand point fighting. I've never really done it before, but I was in the WKF for 4 years in the Karate Canada circuit, so I made it to national championships and things. And I watched a lot of great WKF Kumite athletes, and they were phenomenal. But I've never seen a fighter as dominant as Bailey Murphy in that semifinal fight. He was made my jaw drop. He was so strong. 7-0, bang bang, done, out. He was so, like, all the competitors were phenomenal, but I've never seen a fighter like him before. I understand why everyone was saying how good he is, because he is a phenomenal fighter.
Yeah, I mean, I heard another podcast say that it was the Bailey Murphy show. So
Yeah.
that the Battle of Atlanta ended up being the Bailey Murphy show fight wise, and I don't disagree. Yeah, I mean, there was some major talent and some major work has been done since the last major tournament. So
I do want to give a shout out to Mr. Jackson Rudolph. He made an article in Black Belt Magazine all about the Battle of Atlanta. He goes in depth about who won on the grand stage and his opinion and many different things. He's a really, really great writer, and he's great on many podcasts. So check out his podcast, the Jackson Rudolph podcast on Black Belt Magazine. He's done a lot of coverage. Him and Mallory Woods were really great in the night show. They really complemented each other well, and they really brought their knowledge of sport karate to the night show, which is awesome as well.
Yeah, that commentary is great for sure. He's good at it. Both of them are.
Thank you so much for coming on the show today.
Thanks for having me, Kyle. I appreciate it.
Absolutely. This has been KC Sports Talk, the podcast with Kyle Chambers.